This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
Today's video is brought to you by Raycon Everyday Earbuds. Many of you know who've been watching me run my mouth on this channel for as long as I have, 4 or 5 years or so. You know that I was raised in northern Idaho among separatist types. I was raised a right-wing evangelical Christian nationalist who distrusted the government, who romanticized to a degree as a child, but I was taught this way, to venerate militia types, anti-government people. Paranoia was kind of the order of the day. Growing up where I grew up, around the people I grew up around, being raised by the people I was raised by. And it was fringy. It was not normal. It was whispered about oftentimes. That's not the case anymore. I largely lay that at the feet of Donald Trump, who normalized conspiracy, who normalized paranoia, who normalized lies. Yesterday, I was going to talk about this story, but I saved it to today. The Oath Keepers is a radical group. The Oath Keepers, the leader of the Oath Keeper, the founders of the Oath Keepers, is now he's facing charges of seditious conspiracy against these United States due to his role in the attempted overthrow of the government, the failed coup attempt on January 6, 2021. And it is now being revealed that there are thousands across the country who have signed up to be Oath Keepers, who are members of this militia group, this domestic terrorist group, some would say, including elected officials, cops, members of the military, EMT, firefighters, emergency personnel. Because what used to be a dirty little secret of cosplay idiots, weekend warriors, has now infiltrated all across the United States in just about every single state. And some you may not think to be susceptible to this kind of extremism. I'm going to read a little bit from this AP article. First, let me read from this article. It's later in the article that they explain kind of who the Oath Keepers are, if you're not familiar. And then we're going to get into this. These numbers are alarming. The Oath Keepers, this is an AP article, elected officials, police chiefs on leaked Oath Keepers list. The Oath Keepers, founded in 2009 by Stuart Rhodes, is a loosely organized conspiracy theory-fueled group that recruits current and former military, police, and first responders. It asks its members to vow to defend the Constitution, quote, against all enemies, foreign and domestic, promotes the belief that the federal government is out to strip citizens of their civil liberties, and paints its followers as defenders against tyranny. More than 24 people associated with the Oath Keepers, including Rhodes, have been charged in connection with the January 6th attack. Rhodes and 4 other Oath Keeper members or associates are heading to trial this month on seditious conspiracy charges for what prosecutors have described as a weeks-long plot to keep then-President Donald Trump in power. Rhodes and the other Oath Keepers say that they are innocent and that there was no plan to attack the Capitol, even though they brought weapons and a number of other things that will be brought up during their trial. Now I'm going to get to the rest of this. We're going to go over these numbers, which are alarming. But before I do, a word from today's sponsor, Raycon Everyday Earbuds. The news never stops, so neither can I. Every day I'm in this studio working on the show and learning about how to make the work I do better. One major upgrade to the Dollemore Daily last year was Raycon's Everyday Earbuds. These durable earbuds allow for a perfect fit that you can't shake out of your ears thanks to their optimized gel tips. They also sound great and look way sharper than other earbuds. Check out the color options, they're fantastic. And perhaps the best part, Raycons are half the price of other premium audio brands. Head now to buyraycon.com/Dollemore or click the link in the description to get up to 15% off of your Raycon purchase. With their 32-hour battery life and 8 hours of continuous playtime, I don't just use my Raycons for work. Switching them from noise isolation mode to awareness mode, I wear them while I'm out walking our dog and I can be aware of what's going on all around me on the street. Then back in the house in isolation mode, I can listen to tunes on the Raycons when I'm on my exercise bike while using Raycon's touch features to allow me to easily play, pause music, or even take calls. Or reject those calls. And because Raycons sit flush in your ear, I even use them to tune out the noise of DC while I sleep. I mean, 50,000 five-star reviews simply cannot be wrong. Upgrade your every day. Support this channel and save money by going to buyraycon.com/Dollemore or click the link in the description to get up to 15% off of your Raycon purchase. Believe me, your ears and your wallet will thank you. Now, let's get into this. This is important for a number of different reasons. You might say, oh, this is still fringe. This is not the norm. This isn't widespread. But I would say to you this. It might not be that your neighbor is likely an oath keeper, but the ideologies that have made this normalized or more normalized than it was are at play all throughout our government. Marjorie Taylor Greene used to be a joke, she still is a joke and a laughable character, but she's the mainstream of the Republican Party now. She can freely, without fear of punishment, criticize Kevin McCarthy, just denigrate him. She has power. So it is incumbent upon us to keep our ear to the ground and keep track, as the ADL has done with this. I'm going to read again from this article, Elected Officials, Police Chiefs on Leaked Oath Keeper List from the AP. The names of hundreds of U.S. law enforcement officers, elected officials, and military members appear on the leaked membership rolls of a far-right extremist group that's accused of playing a key role in the January 6, 2021 insurrection at the United States Capitol, according to a report released Wednesday. The Anti-Defamation League Center on Extremism poured over more than 38,000 names on leaked Oath Keepers membership lists and identified more than 370 people it believes currently work in law enforcement agencies, including as police chiefs and sheriffs, and more than 100 people who are currently members of the United States military. It also identified more than 80 people who were running for or served in public office as of early August. The membership information was compiled into a database published by the Transparency Collective, Distributed Denial of Secrets. The data raises fresh concerns about the presence of extremists in law enforcement and the military who are tasked with enforcing laws and protecting the United States. It's especially problematic, they say, for public servants to be associated with extremists at a time when lies about the 2020 election are fueling threats of violence against lawmakers and institutions. This is from the report. Even for those who claim to have left the organization when it began to employ more aggressive tactics in 2014, it is important to remember that the Oath Keepers have espoused extremism since their founding. And this fact was not enough to deter these individuals from signing up. Appearing in the Oath Keepers database doesn't prove that a person was ever active. This last paragraph is a little bit iffy for me. I understand journalists want to be able to back up what they say and have sourcing, double sourcing and everything else. But your name on a list of members of the Oath Keepers, whether or not you pay, we'll read this stupid paragraph here. Appearing in the Oath Keepers database doesn't prove that a person was ever an active member of the group or shares its ideology. Some people on the list contacted by the Associated Press said they were briefly members years ago and are no longer affiliated with the group, Some said they were never dues-paying members. So you don't pay your dues, but you're interested and you get your name on the list to be a member, it does mean something. Now, here is, look at these maps. This is the total Oath Keepers signups. Texas, California, you might be surprised, absolutely has an extremist streak running through the state. But when you look deeper at the numbers, the colors on the map tend to change. This is elected officials. I'll just go through these quickly. Elected officials, you can pause as you need to. Law enforcement, these are cops in each state who have signed up to be Oath Keepers, an organization whose founder and leader is now facing seditious conspiracy charges. Here's the military, members of the United States military who have signed up and are on a secret list of Oath Keeper members. EMT, firefighters, paramedics, and then of course the total within all of these professions here. This is a problem. We face extremism in the United States and conspiracy theories related to our past election. There are anti-democratic forces within the United States that are attempting to destroy the country. I'm going to talk about it in a subsequent video where these white Christian nationalists, and make no mistake, that's who this is, they want nothing more than to dissolve the democracy. They talk about protecting and supporting the Constitution, but they don't want a democracy. They don't want what we have grown accustomed to in this country. They want an enlightened dictatorship with Donald Trump at the very top. Anyway, I would absolutely love to know what you think. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054, or you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. I appreciate you guys very much. Follow me on social media. I am at Dollemore all over the place. And if you appreciate the effort that I put forth, if you appreciate the product that you receive, if you appreciate me and you want to support my work, click the join button below, become a channel member for as little as $1.99 a month, or you can steer your browser over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. I love you guys. I appreciate you very much. I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.